Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Welcome to the Monday morning edition of our show. We're glad you're here. Hope you had a great weekend. Big week coming up. As always, a week before Thanksgiving, and everybody's scrambling around, trying to find your turkeys and all and getting everything lined up. I know most of y'all have your turkeys, and Gail was able to get ours at I'm surprised of it. I was really surprised and happy to see that. But we were looking forward to Thanksgiving. This week's going to be an exciting week. Let's take a look at the weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew up there in Southport. Now, we're looking at a high today of only 68 and a low of 46, so it's going to be nice and cool. We're looking at water temperature right at 68 degrees also. So it's going to be, I tell you what, I'm going to try to do some surf fishing during Thanksgiving holidays if the woods are too crowded, so I'm looking forward to that water temperature going down another 1 or 2 degrees. Our Monday moon phase, we're looking at a situation where the moon is brought to us by Mountain Dew. The moon is waxing up really strong right now. We're about to hit the full moon this coming Thursday. So it's going to be a beautiful full moon. We're looking forward to enjoying it. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. One word, neap. How about just a flat tide? It's not going anywhere. You know, we had those great tides last week. Well, today's a neap tide, and it's going to start picking on up a couple of days, but in fact, by the end of the week, this weekend is going to be really good tides, but there's not much going on today with the tidal flow. Looking at wind direction now, it's going to be coming out of the north, about 6 to 8. Not really strong wind and not much tide, so not a lot going on in the base systems across the Panhandle. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We have a lot of pictures that have accumulated on us. I want to thank Bill and Bill for that great show Friday on catfishing. I hope some of y'all tried out some of that strawberry concoction they were talking about, and it'd be interesting to see if the grape or raspberry do the same. I know the chicken tastes the same, but let us know if you try any of that out. I think it'll be interesting. Don't forget, tonight at First Baptist Downtown, dinner 5:30, program at 7 o'clock, guest speaker Mike Huckabee. Tickets are $5, and I'd love to see y'all there. Take a look now. I got some cool pictures. It's just this is a picture off the Apalachicola River system and Hornet's Nest, and look at that tree. I mean, that tree, I forget how old that tree. Someone told us one time. I want to say almost 800 years old, maybe. It was amazing, beautiful picture. Okay, look, we got John Buffman. John and I graduated from Mosley in 2005. I won the Churchill 20 gauge from watching your show. Can't wait to go shoot some clays. Thanks again, Crime Stoppers. Folks, that's several people won off the show and from watching the show and buying those tickets, so we're proud of that. Now this is interesting. This is from Greg Frady. This is good. This is last weekend's tournament, well, a week ago now. Mike Grazioso with his 6-pound, 13-ounce redfish when dropped him off at the city marina. He fished a morning bite with us, and we had to drop him off so he could go weigh his fish and then go home and go to work. We went back, and Rich and I caught our 2 reds. Okay, folks, that was some great fishing right here. Here it is right here. There's Mike with a winning fish, 6-pounder. He fished in the morning. Look at Mike and Greg. These guys won. This is the top fishing in the whole category. That's some good fishermen right there. Thanks for sharing that. Speaking of good fishermen, how about jumping on freshwater, Mike Edwards, and some of the fish he's been catching with a handmade himself, the Panhandle Rattler. Look at that. That's a customized. He built that from scratch. You've seen him on TV here, and we're so proud of him. We're selling these for him through our shop. But look at there. Is that not? That's, you know, so I want to urge y'all, this be some great Christmas presents to get some of these lures. Look at there. And I texted him back. I thought he might have been in the Choctawhatchee River looking at the water there. I texted him back, and he was in the Apalachicola River system. But you couldn't tell right there by looking at the water. It looks really good. Mike Edwards, the Panhandle Rattler. See how I made a lip on it? That's just really good right there. Okay, I'm going to jump over a couple more pictures. We've got so many to share, and some really good ones, and a lot of our viewers. This is a special one to me right here. A good buddy, Wally Barefoot. Wally has just been an outdoorsman. He's in my early classes, and he's just, look at this. Finally got it done in Illinois on public land. A morning I'll never forget in the woods. Folks, this is on an archery hunt. In fact, look at this. There's an arrow. I mean, is that not a great shot right there? Wally, congratulations. I'm really proud of you, and I just know that put a big old smile on your face, and all your buddies are proud of you too, I'm sure. George Barnhill put this in. This is Barnhill Farm in Loxley, Alabama. They're just, the mama's upset at them, so she's getting on to them, and I think they're all eating too much, but that's a lot. That's a lot of deer action going on right there. Sherwin Prowse down at Howard Creek a couple of days ago caught a nice mess of fish. Sherwin is a good outdoorsman. Here he is right here. Good job, Sherwin. I was going to, there it is right there. Sherwin can catch fish. That's the Apalachicola River system going out of Howard Creek. He's got a place down there, and he takes care of everything. This is interesting. Harold Posey sent this. Okay, let's read it first. I got this coyote last night, and something ate both the back legs, the ribs, and the backbone. I might need a bigger snare next time. This is in my backyard in Callaway. This is not up here in the forest anywhere, folks. This is backyard in Callaway. They are all over here, and the bears. I'm hoping they don't get my little dog. Look at that. Something just ate. What it was, a bunch of other coyotes. I mean, they're bad. All right. How about Jack Nichols from Buena Vista, Colorado, down here visiting his dad and family. And he comes down here every year, and Jack is an excellent fisherman. I'm texting a picture in case the email version is not coming through. I never had catfish before, and I really liked it. He liked it fried. So fried redfish, good job, and a good outdoorsman too. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Just a couple more pictures, and I got a book I want to show you and share with you. Check this out. Randy Burling down here at Howard Creek with his game camera. I've got a series of 3 pictures. Now, these are 2 big old boar hogs, and they're fighting with each other, okay? They don't agree with whatever they're talking about because one took another stance. But, I mean, that's some really good game camera pictures, but check out this one right here. Is that amazing for hogs now? Randy Burling shared that with us. I mean, what they're doing, they're fighting each other. They're flat out fighting, but you don't. They're big and they're not usually balanced enough to do that. You just don't see hogs doing this very often. So I thought that was good, Randy. Thanks for sharing that. And right here, this one, I thought this was good right here. Deer season, with deer season rapidly approaching, we introduced a new "My Husband is a Hunter" pillow. So some of y'all would appreciate that. Okay, now Next, I want to show you right here. This is a book, of course, as you can see, and what the woods taught me. It's a catchy title, and but anyway, what's cool about it? All kind of cool things about it. Written by a local young man, Thomas Howell from Bluntstown. You've heard me mention several, off and on again, Ray Howell up there in Bluntstown, Calhoun Liberty Abstract, and a excellent outdoorsman. Just does all kinds of things in outdoors. Well, this is his son that wrote the book. He's now finishing up his pharmacy internship. He's going to be a pharmacist and hopefully come back. He's in Jacksonville right now and got his degree at working through the Florida A&M School of Pharmacy, and he's going to be wrapped up. But he took time and wrote this book, and I got a package recently in the mail, and I saw it was a book and didn't pay much attention to it till I read the title. I said, I've got to read this. I read it the other day. This is a book that you sit down and read it at one time. I mean, the print is large. That's good, and it has pictures in it, real life pictures. And I just fell in love with it. And what it is, it's about him growing up in Calhoun County and fishing with his dad and family at the old fish camp. He was 4th generation at the old fish camp. Just a group of people in the area, local outdoorsmen, had a fish camp. Lake Ammonia, and there's just some great stories. And what he tells an outdoor story, and then he talks about what he learned from it. And I have some pictures here. Let me just see if I can get some pictures come. Here's the title of the book right here. What the Woods Taught Me, Thomas Howell. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple of pages. This is Thomas' early childhood squirrel hunting trip with a dad on the island in 1998. That wasn't that long ago. Here he is right now. He's shooting a selfie. Uncle Bill Ray, that's on the left, and his dad on the right, and they're on the hunting lease on the island. That wasn't that too long ago. And her Uncle Chad and I with the buck we shot together. That's Thomas on the right. And then he dedicated this to his dad. I thought this was just very special. My mentor, friend, role model, permanent hunting guide, and above all, my dad. Dedicated to Ray Howell. And this book is written from the heart. And this is an area, okay, you see the Apalachicola River, and then you see Almonia Lake on the left over there running parallel with it, and there's an island sort of in between. Everybody calls it the island. Liberty County's on the right. And they've grown up generation after generation hunting this area, squirrel hunting, hog hunting, deer hunting, and just having fishing galore down there. And then one or two more. Dad and I was first buck. That's a big buck killed on the island down there, what the Woods Taught Me. I'm just going to read you a couple of words, okay? He wanted to go, this is part of it. I thought this was cool because they had real life. I'm going to the next to last sentence. He's talking about he and Dad going frog gigging, the next to last sentence. They all said the backwater this time of year is best, and on the banks of Ammonia Lake. Dad also consulted with his trusted source, the Panhandle Outdoor Show. Mr. Winston Chester was the host of a show that gave advice and information about the local outdoors. Dad watched the show for a few days to see if he would mention anything about frogs. Sure enough, he said it's time to get after them. And I remember doing that particular year because we were a little bit late talking about the frog gigging, and you know, people always feed me information. Not that I was going frog gigging every night, but I knew that springtime was good, and I mentioned it, and sure enough, they didn't get that many because it was sort of late. But all these stories are so good in there, and I was just I was so happy to read it, and I want to recommend this. I'm going to buy a box of them. Now, if you want this book, and he's basically, I called him the other day. I'm going to get him to come on the show when he gets home for Christmas, maybe. Like I say, he's working full-time, finished his final year of pharmacy school, and he's in Jacksonville right now. But you can order it from Amazon for $5. That don't even pay for the printing. I tried to tell him I want to pay full price for it. I'm going to order a box of them and give some away for Christmas. It's some really good stories in here, and he has some great verses from the Bible about how the outdoors affect folks. Right here, I'm going to read one more thing to you, then I'll get off the book. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. In Job, that's in Job chapter 7, verse 2. And he has some Bible scripture in here that just ties in with the outdoors. And from the dawn of time, the great outdoors have served as the stomping grounds for those lessons that a modern classroom just cannot teach. And that's what it leans toward, the outdoor ed program, trying to get people in the outdoors to learn the lessons from the outdoors. So it's just a wonderful book. Very proud of a local author, a young man who is strong in his love of the outdoors, his family, and his faith, and putting this book together. I want to urge you to get it. It's What the Woods Taught Me. Okay. Now, what we want to do, we didn't get to do this the other day, Friday, when the Bill and Bill show. They were talking about you know, all those catfishing. And by the way, they did a lot of catfishing in this book too, a lot of trot lining and all. And that's just a way of life. For you folks that have moved in over the years, it really gives you insight into the growing up in this area, generation after generation, and sort of really down to earth, doing those kind of things. And that's sort of a lot of things we base our show off of. Now, let's do our drawing. This will be last Friday's drawing that we didn't get to do, so we're going to go ahead and, I'm about to get to the bottom of the barrel. But if I draw your name, don't think you're on the bottom of the barrel. You're on top of my list. And by the way, last Thursday was Veterans Day. We didn't get to address it like I wanted to. Usually I have some videos of veterans. I've had some great video interviews with some of the veterans and all, but we didn't get a chance to do it. We did the Red Snapper video, which turned out really well. But again, belatedly, we want to wish all a happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. And I was being on the school board, the four of us walked in the parade downtown and also at Callaway. And it was refreshing to see a lot of former students, those kind of things, people I knew. But I was just telling Jeff before the show, so good to see so many people that watch the show, that hollered at me, and watch the show. I appreciate that, I really do. I was kidding my school board member before the parade started, just being in a political office is something funny in a parade. I said, listen, y'all be sure to spread out now so one egg won't hit all of us. But we just had a great time. It was just a great Veterans Day parade, I know, all through the Panhandle. Yeah, let's move on. Don't let me digress. All right, here we go. $20 gift certificate, $25 to Los Angeles. Kaylin Cobb. Okay, the second one from Lynn Haven, Deborah Gillespie. Okay, $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Seafood from Abe Springs, Lori St. Clair, and a big red snapper, which is going to be excellent right before Thanksgiving. Fish is really good right before Thanksgiving. It just tastes good. All the way from Deer Point Lake, Gene Bigger. Okay, that takes care of our drawings. I got caught up on that. And if you win the Los Angeles, just touch base with me and I'll mail it to you, okay? Let's take our final break. We'll come back and talk about some late fall creek fishing. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at 7:54 a.m. to 9:54. And this evening at dark, 8:14 to 10:14, and not a good time to go frog gigging. Let's wait till the springtime. Continue to get good emails and messages from y'all. And by the way, if I don't show something you send, sort of send it back to me. I get it from Messenger, from message, from email, and I get a lot of stuff. So I'm very proud of getting that stuff. But sometimes I feel like some of it falls through the cracks. I've mentioned before. So please don't be offended if I don't show it to you. If I don't show it, it's not intentional. So get it back to me. This email right here is interesting. From Anton. I watch your show every day. Thanks. I saw the deer on your show and wanted to let you know that they are coming out of the woods because of development. Sadly, I live in Blue Mountain Beach, and shortly after the new development started, deer started showing up in neighbors' yards. Hopefully they can get to the state forest. I think they are staying close to drink from the dune lakes, and that's from Anton Petratus. And he brought up such a good point, and I see it. Interestingly enough, it's over in my neighborhood now, between where I live and Highway 77. There's a big development coming. There's always been a handful of deer in there, and now they're showing up. I can see them out from my yard sometimes. It is so obvious what's going on. It's one of those things that development is whether we like it or not, it's going to come. My thoughts always been on development. Development's so good, but leave some of it natural for the game and all. Don't just pack them in there and stack them in there side by side, and when you sneeze, your neighbor can say, "Excuse you." And I just, if you can sort of spread things out and keep them wildlife corridors, and the state, everybody's beginning to realize that. But also, same way on the water, they're realizing how important the water is, and you can see what's happening in South Florida. But anyway, thank you, Anton, for sending that to us, and just go to your county commission meetings and try to. I know when that development was coming to our place, I went to the county commission meeting, and this particular development is going to leave some little bit of marsh areas because state law says you have to leave the wetlands, and but also what's going on also is the traffic congestion. And my complaint my concern to our county commissioners, and I know all 5 of them personally. I said, and y'all can repeat this throughout the Panhandle because it's happening in South Walton and all over the place. Do something about the traffic. Understand. There's more and more people that are up there on Highway 77. I mean, it's crazy now that people are coming down Highway 77, and so you're gonna have red lights and all, and of course their response, and I understand where they come from. That's actually the responsibility of the Department of Transportation. Well, and then they get bogged down, and then it's really just sometimes I feel like going around in circles. But we just, as citizens and outdoorsmen, we have to be vocal with our government, and don't just let developers come in and run over us and just take over everything we've had. Fortunately, we have huge Apalachicola National Forest Eglin Air Force Base, Tyndall Air Force Base, a bunch of state parks, and a bunch of management areas. That's our only salvation here in the Florida Panhandle for those things I just mentioned right there. And in addition, we have some responsible outdoorsmen who love the outdoors and really want to take care of it. But now you're going to see the areas like Port St. Joe. Of course, you've seen the development in South Walton, and a lot of the viewers over there. You're going to see the same thing in Port St. Joe over down in Cape San Blas, and it's going to hit Apalachicola, and then, folks, I'm afraid it's going to hit Carabel. So it's just hopefully the big thing to me is you're keeping the big condos out of those areas, because that really stacks them in. That's my personal opinion here on Panhandle Outdoors, and we're feel strong about it. And hopefully, we're going to be okay. So tonight, I see some of y'all listen to Mike Huckabee, eat some good food and good fellowship tonight at First Baptist. If you got anything going on around your community or church or anything on outdoor activities, let us know. We'll be sure and promote it. We just enjoy doing it. And I enjoy the fellowship and the food. All right, y'all, listen, do something. I was talking about doing something good, and I had a friend one time told me he did something good. He took his mother-in-law to Tallahassee. I said, well, did you bring her back? He said, yeah. I said, well, that was something good. But I'll never will forget that. Y'all do just something good for your fellow man today and enjoy our beautiful outdoors and help take care of our outdoors. It's important we do that. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.